How's it going? So we're going to talk about this monument right here, which is a large kind of pillar style monument. It's constructed from Brownstone, which is a kind of sandstone, and it's from Portland, Connecticut. Today it was called East Middletown back in the day when these were being quarried in huge amounts. And so this stone is actually formed from compressed sands pushed together with natural mineral binders, and it forms under fresh water, in this case Connecticut River area. And anyhow, this stone is very susceptible to having a lot of biological growth latch onto it because it's very porous, and so the growth will come kind of from the inside of the stone and work its way out as it becomes well established. So the growth on the surface is different kinds of lichens, but then also there can be molds and algae, fungus, moss, all blended together here. And so we'll do a little cleaning on this as an example. And so we're going to take the D2 biological cleaning solution, which is the top cleaner used on historic stonework that's outdoors in America. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to try for a little area here, and we're just going to use this little sample size bottle of D2, and we're going to just come right around here. These are beautifully carved raised letters. Incredible craftsmen created these monuments in the late 1800s into the early 1900s. Tremendous amount of labor and effort went into making monuments like this. So we're going to take a couple of these plastic scrapers that are made by Marshallton, and wow, these scrapers are having a really good effect on this. We could just actually knock this stuff right off, and it doesn't always come off so easily. It's best to wet it down first with the D2 stone cleaner. Another option is to wet it down with water first and then do the heavy scraping and then apply the D2, because sometimes if there's such a blanket of lichens that if they're not well adhered, sometimes you can remove them first. It's recommended to wet them in some way first, because if you don't, then you'll aerate all the spores and everything, and it's potentially not good to breathe. It's always better to keep the dust down and keep things wet. So we can come back here with some water now. We're just doing an example in this corner. We have a Marshallton all-purpose scrub brush here that we also have available at Atlas Preservation. And we're going to come in this corner here, and wow, this is really having a very positive cleaning effect, really about as much as you could possibly hope for. We'll come back in with a lot of water, use the scraper a little for the stuff that's really, the growth that's really adhered itself in the corners. And we're going to come in here, and we seem to have had a huge success here in this little test area in the corner, seeing how this cleaning process will work out. And now we can upscale this and clean the entire monument basically in the same way. You can see this is quite a good example here of before and after. And now with the D2 applied to it, it'll kill all the growth remaining, and then it'll become even cleaner, but it won't grow back for at least a couple of years, generally as a rule. And anyway, that's about it on kind of test cleaning area on a large brownstone monument here in Glastonbury, Connecticut, constructed from Portland, Connecticut brownstone.